Do you want to know why the DNC won't allow primary debates? And do you think that Joe Biden is a lock to be the Democratic nominee for president? Well, these two questions are actually very intertwined. You see, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the son of the late Robert Kennedy and the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, could be posing a real threat to President Biden and his reelection. Kennedy, in some polls, is getting upwards of 20% of the Democratic primary vote. And progressive Marianne Williamson, well, she's actually in the mid-single digits. And then when you go further, only 40% of Democrats want Biden to be their nominee. So enter the DNC, shutting down debates and moving the primary calendar in a way to make sure that Biden becomes the nominee. Think about it. To get on the RNC debate stage, candidates will need just 1%. I mean, that's despite all of them going up against a former president who's currently getting over 50% in the polls. But neither one of these folks is even eligible for a debate. There's not going to be a discussion whatsoever. The DNC is in a protect and shield Biden at all cost mode. But it gets better. You remember last cycle when Biden ran? He didn't do that well in the first couple states at all. In fact, he lost Iowa and New Hampshire. It was embarrassing. Boy wonder, Mayor Pete, he schooled him in Iowa. But then, with the help of South Carolina Congressman James Clyburn, who rallied the black vote and put his massive campaign machine behind Biden, Biden pulled out a critical and campaign-saving win in South Carolina. So what did the DNC do this time? Well, guess what? They're pushing South Carolina to the front of the line of primary voting states and moving Iowa and New Hampshire back. But not so fast. Iowa and New Hampshire are not ready to go. New Hampshire actually has a state law saying that it goes first, and it has no intention of moving. Democrats in both Iowa and New Hampshire are threatening to defy the DNC and move ahead with their respective primary and caucus, even as the party is warning them that if they do this, they're going to lose their delegates at the national convention. Now, according to reports from Axios, Biden, quote, might not win the first two contests of the primary season if they are in the traditional first to vote states of Iowa and New Hampshire. And by the way, this seems increasingly likely. This sets up a scenario in which Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or another long-shot Democrat could win those states and embarrass the president. Wow, that would be embarrassing, bigly, as President Trump likes to say. And that's not me. That's the mainstream media reporting saying that. It would be a true embarrassment to see the president, an incumbent president, lose one of the first two states. And while Democrats love that Kennedy name, it's clear that the overlords at the DNC in Washington are just not ready for another Kennedy at the White House. Well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you never miss another video.